Hey, it's Goddess Intellect. Have you ever had a girl or a guy call you needy? That is like the worst feeling ever. Needy or a stalker. I once was called a stalker. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but most jokes that hurt are not really jokes. That's just my saying. And sometimes people we get involved with can say some really hurtful things, especially when they don't care about our feelings. So if you've ever been, my dog's like jumping up on the couch, so I'm like distracted now. Thanks. Do you want to be in the video? Okay, next time. But when people do call us like needy and stalker, it makes us feel horrible inside, and it's not the best place to be. But sometimes there's truth to it. Sometimes we bring our needs, our neediness to a relationship, and that can come off as desperate. And a good way to check yourself and see if you're being desperate is if you're thinking about this person 24/7, which is kind of normal when you first meet them because you're curious and you want to know more about them, but there's also a line to draw. Like, we can fantasize, daydream about the people that we're romantically involved with. That's normal. But getting to the point where it's an obsession, all you think about them is 24/7 and nothing else, that's one sign that you're probably borderline needy. A second is if you expect them to solve all your problems, and I mean like every problem. Like, you may have trouble paying a bill or something this month, or you have a problem with Shaniqua, or you know, something came up at work. If you expect them to listen and to solve and to help you through all your problems, that's another sign you may be needy. You are perfectly capable of solving majority of your problems yourself. Our partners should not become sponges, emotional sponges, so whatever we have, we just load off on them. That's not fair, especially if it's not being returned. So that's not fair. I don't take all my problems to my partner, and I don't expect him to solve all of them. But he is there for support. But I think sometimes what makes us come across as needy is if we have this expectation that they're my boo, they're my ride and die, so they're gonna be there for every single conflict that comes up. They can help solve it, which is unfair. It's really unfair because that's a lot to give to any one person, especially a romantic partner who wants to love you and not necessarily do the hard work for you, the emotional hard work for you. Sometimes we got to stick some things out for ourselves. Another sign that you may be coming across as really needy or desperate is if you get really upset, if there is some kind of break in your routine. So I know with couples, they usually, or when you're dating someone, there's usually some sort of a routine. Whether, you know, you check in the morning, you check in the night, or check in through the day, or there's something. Every couple develops some sort of routine. So you get really upset if there's a break in that. Life happens, things come up. That's also a sign to me that there may be some underlying trust or abandonment issues as well. And when we have those, or when we're dealing with those come out in other ways, and that's one of the ways. Like, if some plan is broken one time and the flow of things are disturbed, that should not be a case for you to be like, the relationship's over, I don't want to do this anymore, what are you doing, are you cheating on me, oh my god. Like, that's how we can come across as needy, a little crazy. So crazy is good, but that's a little that can be a lot to take as a person on the other side. And sometimes when we're needy, it's a result of selfishness, believe it or not. Even though that might be the case, we plead like, you're being so selfish, you know, you didn't think of me. That's also us being selfish, because we're not considering that, yes, there may be another side to the story, or this person may not want to take on all of our problems, or they may have a life outside of us. A life outside of me? Yes. And if you find yourself fitting any one of the categories, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all. Don't feel bad. Please, please, please don't. This is not a place of judgment. My videos are not to judge you or to point any fingers. It's just to point some things out to you. Like, if those are some of the patterns that you repeat with every relationship or every person, friendship even, that you get into, those are signs that you're coming across as needy. And it's cool, it's okay, we can fix it, we can work on it. And there's definitely things we can do. One of them, and I work on this with my group coaching programs, which I'm about to tell everybody about, I'm so excited, but is putting at your emotional needs. Like, everybody has a unique sense, a unique set of needs, emotional needs, and it's getting those met not only by other people, but by ourselves. So discovering those emotional needs are very, very important and very key to breaking the chains of neediness. Also is exploring yourself and exploring what you like to do and making sure you have a life outside of your love life. That's very, very key and very important, because that is what drives our passion and makes us glow and this more attractive person, is when we have interests outside of our relationship and our love life. And another thing I would say is also boundaries. So sometimes when we become needy, it's also because we don't have really strong emotional boundaries and we haven't set them for ourselves. And sometimes people can go over our boundaries and we've let them do that too many times. And not necessarily the person we're seeing, but just other people in our lives, like coworkers, family members. A lot of people can go over boundaries. So it's setting those boundaries, knowing your emotional needs, and really having a life outside of your relationship will help you kind of tone down the neediness a little. And if you need help on exploring what that looks like, because I can't list everyone's emotional needs and I can't help you set your boundaries in a video, definitely hit me up. Just schedule a discovery session with me. They're 15 minutes long and they're really, really helpful. I've been receiving really great reviews about them. You can do that by going on goddessintellect.com. There'll be a little pop-up, little purple pop-up where you can schedule an appointment with me. I'd love to chat with you and I'd love to help you break through and discover some of what I've talked about on this video. And that's it. That is it. I again, don't feel judged, don't feel bad. It happens to all of us, right? Until you learn more about yourself, you can't improve yourself. So I hope this video finds you well. And if you like it, please feel free to share and tell others. And I hope you have a great day and week. I'll talk to you later.